Getting this bleed over. Hold on a second. I feel like J.J. Abrams. I've got a lens flares. Okay. So 3.2. And of course. The goal of this unit is going to be giving simple instructions in the classroom. This is actually a really quick chapter. It's like one class period, if that. And it's talking about how to give simple instructions in the classroom. Like if I want you to put someone left a Starbucks cup and I want you to throw it in the trash, or I want you to move a chair over by the door. What we'll do is, and you can see in this slide, that we do the location that we're talking about, the object that we're talking about, and whoever it is, what we want them to do. So if I said the door, the door over here, the chair there, could you move it to there, beside the door, right? I could say that cup, this box, that cup, could you bring it and put it inside? So I put the box here, cup is over there. I'm asking you to put it inside. Inside, beside, underneath, on top. Could be a chair or a table. I'm using this for chair because we oftentimes use this hand shape, but you could just do this. Book. I do shelves over there. Book over there. Put it on the shelf, right? So I've set up the shelf here. Book over there, put it on the shelf. We use eyebrows for every new topic. So the table, book, and I'm asking, can you do this? Okay, so eyebrows are going to be up for most of that sentence. There's a bunch of vocab. Again, I'll put them in on Blackboard. We have table, box. Box can be this or box can be this. A room is a box. So room, box, box. Oftentimes it depends on if you're going to put something in the box, you wouldn't sign it this way, or I wouldn't. I'd sign it this way, open, put something in, close. So it depends on how you're going to manipulate that. Shelf, could be one shelf, could be a low shelf, could be many shelves. Trash can, two signs. The one the book says is this. I think it's the idea that it keeps in mind is that if your clothes wear out, that the elbow is completely showing, throw it out, throw it in the trash. Trash. It might have something to do with a bag, but no one seems to know where it comes from. I learned this for garbage. Now, it's also the sign for cabbage, a head of cabbage. So there's quite possibly a confusion in that someone thought they meant cabbage, that they had said cabbage. What's the sign for cabbage? When in fact they asked, what's the sign for garbage? And there's a confusion in the lip reading. Some people think cabbage is garbage. That's okay. You're just wrong. So you won't see this very often. More in Rochester. Most of the time you'll see this. Take out the trash. Don't go there. Backpack. Sometimes you'll see this, backpack, but it looks kind of like jacket. So backpack's a little better. TV. That's a tough one, right? TV. Pencil, pen. Pen Most of the time I've seen pencil and pen. Sometimes you'll see it with a P. Don't pee on your hands. No. Don't sign pencil. Pencil. They're both basically the same. If you want specifically ink, I-N-K. Ink. Paper. We know that one. Paper, right? Paper. Book. Apple. Sometimes you'll see people do it with an A. I will slip and do A. One of my best friends is named Annie, and that's her name sign. So it's, if you do it up by the I, it's an onion because it makes you cry. Maybe that's also comes from the French sign, right? Because potato is pomme de terre. Anyway, so apple, 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 apple. Cup, just a C. Show the cup. Candy, candy. Right after Halloween, got the big bag of candy. Picture, if you're talking about photo, or picture. This generally means the picture itself. Picture. Picture. Glasses. Glasses. Phone. Phone. I know it's that, well, you don't actually talk to them like that. I hate going to like improv when they're like, I'm calling my friend. So, phone. Shoes. We did this with clothing. Shoes, 2 S's, just boom, 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 together. And put on. Or put on. So we want to say put on, put under, put beside, put in. Take out. So all of those actions. And again, just involving a location. We're going to say what the location is we're talking about here. The book, move here. We talk about the location first often because it's where we're going to. So the room. Okay. And we would do this in the classroom where we give each other orders, and it's hilarity ensues. And I bring up, this isn't part of the book. This is something that's just very similar in that raising the eyebrows for a new topic. We use it all the time. And it's a way of checking in with the other person of, you know what I'm talking about? Right? You know what I'm talking about. Raise the eyebrows if you're asking about a movie. Oh, movie. Eyebrows go up because I'm going, oh, hey, do you know this movie I'm about to talk about? Because if the person goes, no, then you've got to sort of go, you've got to give them more information and fill them in. Or otherwise you're talking about something they have no idea. So raise it, hey, you know the movie named, oh, yeah, great. Then you give your opinion. Maybe the other person says, oh, with actor, act, or theater, person, name, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, oh, my favorite. But since we're talking about flirtatious conversations with strangers or trying to just have friendly initial conversation, movies are a great way of checking in with someone. Hey, do you like this? Do you like that? Finding out the genre that they watch. Because if that's your fandom, you've immediately got a friend. And this is one of the things I'd have everybody circulate around the room, start comparing books, not so much music, but books and movies and TV shows. Very similar pattern of raise the eyebrows. You know that? Oh, then I give my opinion. You know that? Move this to there. So it's set up of, are you with me? Then I'll give you a command or I'll give you some information. Remember from the Terminator? Your clothes. Give them to me. Right? If anybody remembers old sci-fi. So there are 3 commands in the videos. Watch those. I'll put in a follow-up slide with the answer talking about what they're actually signing in these or what she's actually signing in these. But I don't want to give it away right now. Watch the video. Now notice I've set up a topic of a man, a character, right? So I raise my eyebrows. But uh, now I just took it another step further. If I say, oh, make sense? Not that I could respond if you answered me. Um, the goal is by about this time in the semester, you'd be about ready to have your first conversation with a stranger. So it's around now that we would be trying to encourage you to go out and interact at a deaf event. And we try to have a bunch of them on campus. There's not that much to do online. We're still trying to get the lab set up on campus, and as soon as we have it, we'll let you know. Um, since we're not doing the interactions, you don't have to worry about this. But if you find out about any events or a chance to meet a deaf person online that someone else could benefit from, by all means share that. There are lots of YouTube channels, and you may be able to find someone on Facebook or TikTok. I think if you can respond to someone or Snapchat, find someone who signs and sign back to them, they may not respond if they are not a teacher. But if they like meeting new people who are signing and want new followers, maybe they'll respond. Just, if you email me, let me know if you do have a chance encounter. Some people are just jerks. I apologize ahead of time. Just like anywhere you go, they're going to be jerks. And if they act like a jerk to you, doesn't mean all deaf people are like that. It just means that one is. Darlene, once we get her up there, you can go up and have a conversation with her. And she loves meeting new students and working with ASL 1 students. She is great and you will love her. I call her Aunt Darlene because it's like having an aunt that you can just go hang out with. A lot of students normally during the semester will just go up and have lunch with her, just hang out in the lab. We're going to try to do some gaming things, but it's just been so busy this semester, we can't do anything. No one has any extra time or extra energy. Personal ad exercise. Oftentimes what we would do is do a video here. I may put it as a homework online, but I want you to think about what are the things that you would talk about yourself in a personal ad. Not that you're necessarily looking for a date, you're looking for someone to sign with. So introduce yourself, name, where you grew up, where you're from, what you like, what you don't like, your major, where you go to school, any of the information we've talked about. Just practice those things talking about yourself. I know it's weird to talk about yourself, but if you can practice those things, then it becomes that much easier. Once you've signed it, it's really easy to sign it again with someone else. Signing a new concept is very daunting because you're like, oh, your brain says, I don't know how to sign that, even though you know all the signs. But once your brain has put together that sentence and practiced it a few times, then your brain goes, oh yeah, we got that sentence. Here you go. So train your brain to be your friend. I put a bunch of phrases to practice. How are you? But we don't know the sign for meet. Meet. I think these came from students just asking, how would you sign these things? Meet, if you grab that little muscle in here, meet. Yes, no question, right? What? Hamburger? So you can look up specific foods. So you can see, you've seen. Another way, do you know that movie? Movie Thor, you know? You see? You like? So be thinking too about the English of how do I get around some of these? What are other ways I could ask this question? If you know another language, if you took Spanish, what are ways they phrased it that way? I remember in Spanish, I like ice cream. Me gusta. Gelato? No, not gelato. That's Italian. But it's actually, ice cream is pleasing to me. So if you can't remember the sign for like, but remember the sign for enjoy, you can ice cream I enjoy. So there are ways around. Beer and wine. Beer, It's brown, but it repeats. Beer. And wine is a circle at the cheek. And it goes forward, over and forward. Wine. Your car? What color? Your car, color, what? Or which? You live where? You live where? WH questions, eyebrows down. You're at a party and you don't know whose house it is, right? Whose party did I crash? Movie Thor, you like why? Ew. Mother of. Okay, well, we're going with the lens flares for a minute. Okay. And you can change them from questions into statements. I live here. Get off my lawn. Or negatives. So, oh, I'm not tired. I don't like. Don't like. Or like not. Enjoy not. Just shaking your head. Cool. And then there's the vocab again. And then I put in all the videos. Cool. So that is 3.2.